technical difficulties. A society most electrical engineers here are interested in, the Power and Energy Society. For this, I will welcome on stage Dulce Maria Ventura. Dulce Maria Ventura Valles is an electrical engineer from Instituto Tecnológico de Querétaro, nowadays Tecnológico Nacional de México. She has a master's in advanced technology from the CICATA IPN Querétaro in the alternative resources area. She is projects coordinator in OHM Ingeniería y Electromecánica. As an IEEE volunteer, she has been the co-founder of the IEEE PES Guanajuato and Querétaro Joint Sections chapter. And she has been the chapter Women in Power representative. Nowadays, she is in her last term as the Querétaro section chair. She is part of the Region 9 Technical Activities Committee, a member of the organizing committee of the Region 9 Women in Power Mentorship Program, and a member of the PES Ad Hoc Satellite Committee. She will present today What is Power and Energy Society. A big round of applause for Dulce Maria.
Hello everybody. Well, now it's a brief introduction to the society. Thank you for the introduction. And let's start. Okay, so we'll see what is PES, or PES as we see it in Spanish. We're going to talk a little bit of women in power. We're going to see a little bit of conference, publications, and the most important thing that PES in the board is making is that you know what are the technical committees, okay? And then we're going to talk about this committee that I'm part of. Okay, what is the Power and Energy Society? It's one of the largest, it's the second largest of IEEE. It was established in 1884, so imagine it's part of the IEEE history. It has been changing during the years, and the name that has now was given in 2008. So our PES Day is in April, so we made many activities, technical, social, in order to celebrate this, that we are the people, the community, as Eric said, we are the community, what we are introducing, what? Generation, transmission, and distribution. All what is related to these topics in all the societies, in all the countries, it is important, these three topics. So we are worldwide, we are over 2,000 members around the world. We have more than 2,050 local chapters and also student chapters. I don't know the numbers, but you can ask them what are doing. Here are, well, at least I see Rita. Rita is one in Mexico, the most recognized. Also, I don't know, Brazil. Is here something from Brazil? And your PES? From PES? Yeah. Okay, Brazil is also doing an excellent job. They have both chapters have been awarded. So what can you do? Activities, and you could be awarded. You can earn prizes, and you can have these recognitions. So it's something very important for you because you are being the future leaders. You are making activities, and that's the important thing that we want here in the Power and Energy Society. Now we have the European publications, technical and communities, which we are going to talk about, and also standards, okay? Well, another interesting thing that has PES is what we have a resource center. Do you know what a resource center is? Yeah? Let's say yes. Okay, Rita, tell us. Okay, you listen. Okay, you good?
For example, sometimes they ask us for homework and we use the paper that has the page of this has a lot of resources that you can access freely or in the membership.
Okay, if you don't listen, here you can see tutorials, you can see videos, you can have slides, presentations, you know, their conference, so you can find the slides of the conference. Some materials are free, another has to be paid, but being a PES member has discounts, okay? Now, women in power. Listen about this. Okay, women in power was born with the unite of the PES and women. Who knows what's weird? Okay, but what is weird? The affinity groups for women, for leadership, right? Now, it's the same, but in the electrical sector. Women in power, we are introducing girls in this field. We want electrical engineers, female, to be free, to make conference, to be future leaders, and to say, I'm a woman, I can, I will do, okay? That's the same. So, Women in Power in Region 9 has an important program, which is the mentoring program. Who has listened about the mentoring program? Yeah, who? I think yours not listen. Who has listened? Okay, Lupita knows. Well, I'm going to tell you more or less. You know, Eric said something important, that you have to expand, to grow as persons, right? We as engineers, we are educated to see something life. But life is not like this. You have to see all around you. So this program is introduced for women that are about to end their career. They don't need to be only electrical engineers. They have to be in like another careers like robotics, mechatronics, electronics. What are we going to do in this program is to invite women to know persons that work in the companies. I mean, women that are leaders, that are persons from the electrical field that has been working in companies like CPA. If you're in Mexico, CFE is the company that makes electricity in our country. Also AT, also NED. So several institutions and companies that are in your countries, we invite these women to focus on these words on developing the soft skills. You know what are soft skills? Yes. Okay. What are soft skills? Don't be afraid, just say you know. What are soft skills?
Skills that we don't learn in a classroom.
Okay. Such as?
Communication.
Okay.
Leadership.
Correct. If you don't listen, he says important. There are skills that we don't learn in classes. That are the kind of skills that make you be here, that you can communicate, that you can be, make you leader. All these kind of skills that help you, all the motivations, that kind of things that we don't learn is what we want. So you have a mentor, which is a woman of our experience about 5 years, that she will lead you in the objectives that you have. So objectives are, I want to enter to this company. What can I do? Okay. The mentor will give you tips to enter to that company. I want to make my resume. What do you want to do? So we are going to review what you need to do to the resume. Okay? These are the topics that we're learning. We have developed 3 programs so far. So I want to invite all the girls that want to work in the electrical sector to join this program. Something you need to know is that this program is going to be moved for a year. This means that we're not having this program in 2023, we're getting 2024. So if you're about to end your career in 2024, please be welcome. Okay? Now, I know you're going to say, Dulce, what about me? Well, we're also thinking about you. We are being asked about to make a program with you, so be patient. We know that you also need these kind of things, but be patient, okay? So, conference. Have you listened about this conference? Yes. Repeat again. So, we have Fernando Navas, he's the president of Centro Occidente. He's not making profit. So, what are conferences? These are the spaces in which you can publish, in which you can relate it. Obviously, this is a technical one. So, but the PES has many conferences around the world. One focusing at Telemarket is this one, GTM, which is Generation, Transmission, and Distribution. But it also has another, which is ESGT. It's about Professor Tejera. It's a straight yeah, thank you. It has a weird name, but it's about breed, technology, something about that. So it's IGTC makes that kind of things. So it's the two main conference that has PS in the United States, but we also have made the Latin American version. So this one this year is going to be in Bolivia online, if you want to see the GTE. This is the first edition of GTE. It has been always transmission and distribution, TND, which is the most famous in the United States. So in that space, you have to publish, you can make a poster, you can present. A question?
IST means innovative smart with technology.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a weird name. Okay? So it has these two versions. Now, the local one, at least in Mexico that I know, is the RVP, the Reunión de Verano de Potencia, which Rita also knows. We have Robert, it's one of the most recognized, and also I am familiar with ICD, Veracruz. In Veracruz also is ICD. So these spaces are for you. This is an enormous invitation for you. Don't just be afraid of publishing, being a student. Because if you are learning the skills to write a paper, which is something very necessary to communication, then give you that opportunity. If you are not related to this kind of work, please do that, okay? It doesn't have to be only test. There are many fields, so be free to do this. Now, publication. As many societies participate, we have 3 magazines important, which is Power and Energy magazine. There is also Electrification, which has several publications about how to communicate. And then also, which is the longest we have in this, we have the Spanish version of Power and Energy magazine. The good thing, it is free, it is online, so you can download it. It has an electronic version, so if you say, I don't understand English, well, we have a Spanish version. Also, there is the transactions, which is the papers you wish to publish, and also we are working on open access. You know what's open access? Okay, that's open access. Yeah, that is open, free for everyone, so that's open access. Okay, now who can listen about standards? 1, 3. Okay, who has listened about NEC? Okay, no? Okay. We related with that kind of words because we are going to work on that. These standards are developed here in PS in the technical committees. What are these? These are the standards, the guidelines that many engineers in the electrical field use in order to make reports, in order to understand how things can be worked. And these are developed by a community which is called the technical committees. The technical committees is divided in 17 groups. It has 2 versions. The technical ones and the coordinating committees. The main difference is that the technical committee makes the standard. The members that are there are making all the standards, are looking for good things. Like I told you about the magazine or the book the computer society is making. Here are the standards. In this field, we are working about that. We are developing the standards, we are making good things. And the coordinating committees are the ones that do not make standards, but work aligned with one of 2 of the technical committees. Each technical committee has subcommittees in which they can see different fields, like transformers, like substations. There's also a part of internet and cybersecurity. So these several things are related here in these technical communities. We have made a small video here in our YouTube channel. It's in Spanish, but also in English, in which you can listen about each of them in a general way, so that you can learn what each committee is doing. Now, the important thing here is that you can join the sessions. You only need to write to the chair, you need to write to the person that is in this group, in this brochure, so you can see when they are joining, what are they doing, what can you do, you can propose, you can see here in my country we are doing this, so what can I do? So, thinking about this idea and seeing that English is the most great barrier that most engineers have, the governing board is making an effort to make a SATO committee that can make that versions of the committees, but here in Latin America. Also, the publication has to be in English, yes, but we are doing an effort to making the sessions in Spanish. So we can understand about standards that we could propose, that we could see which issues has in our region in order to produce more standards that are more aligned with what we are doing in our country. So the idea of the ad hoc committee is to deploy SATO committees, about three of the pilot committees, of the 3 of the 17 committees, and we are also thinking about helping people to make papers, to share experience, to have educations about the standards, to understand what the standard is going to do, the academic topics, and also make or prepare people for the camp. So this is one thing that we're going to do, is to promote that our region is aligned to these committees and can have the possibility to join. Now, we are considering these 3 committees, which is transmission and distribution. This is 2 of the 5 or 8 subcommittees that each was passed. So the idea is to make all the stations, all the topics about these topics that we have, and we are hoping to have countries that make the license. This means that are looking for the engineers that could help this kind of technical activities. So this is all for my part. I have you don't be bored. So questions? Doubts?
I know that in this presentation we have a lot of questions. I want to ask you to be short and consistent in your questions. So I will open now for questions. Who is the first? Jose.
Thank you. Voy a presentar en español rápido. Dos cosas. Tú mencionaste el NEC, yo conozco poco, pero sé que es importante. Me gustaría que explicaras un poco más por qué es tan importante el NEC para los ingenieros en electrical engineering. Y la otra cosa es, ustedes tienen una y por eso hago además la pregunta en español, ustedes tienen una versión del magazine de potencia en español. ¿Por qué llegaron a eso? ¿Cómo hicieron? ¿Por qué les pareció importante hacer las dos preguntas?
En Spanish, voy a hacerlo en español. El NEC, National Electric Code, es la norma eléctrica de Estados Unidos, ¿ok? Entonces, esta norma es importante porque ahí te dicen cada artículo te dice las recomendaciones para hacer instalaciones, para poner las protecciones y toda esta parte. ¿Por qué es importante? Porque muchos países, incluidos México, hizo su NEC, o sea, su propia norma en base al NEC, una traducción del NEC. Siendo honestos, a mí no me gusta la traducción de mi país, pero es la base, ¿ok? So the NEC is the National Electrical code that learns all the United States. So it has all the regulations about installations, gun protections, circuit breakers, how to use it, where to use it. You know, there are the tables in which electrical engineer makes the calculations for the wires to see that the amperes that are using are the correct, are all it's about security. The code is looking for the security of the members. Okay? This is why the importance of the National Electric Code. In your countries, you need to have that code. Probably it could be like in Mexico, the translation of that NIC. Okay? Now, like the Spanish version, as I know, I think the Professor Tejera could tell you more about that.
But first, a clarification. National Electrical Code is not an IEEE standard. It says
NFPA.
National Power Protection. The NES, National Standard Safety Code, that is an IEEE standard, just to make it different. And this one is the one applies for high voltage installations. National Electrical Safety Code is it. So to make this difference, National Electrical Code is very important. Every engineer needs to know about the National Electrical Code because this is the Bible that we use for all electrical installations. And the other question about the magazine, yes, we have, for instance, the Spanish version, and I'm very proud to be the editor of this edition. We don't do the translation, just to make sure. We do the revision of the translation. We have a group of 4 editors that work in the revision of the magazine. And why we have it? Because we unite Ushra. We are the region with the Spanish-speaking people, so this version is basically directed to us and probably Spain. And it's a very good opportunity because Dulce mentioned it, it's free, you don't have to pay, everyone can access the Spanish version. It comes a couple of months later than the English one because we have to do the translation. But it's a good opportunity for you to have the information in our language, first hand, very, very updated. So if you haven't seen it, please do it. It's very informative with topics of the latest technology. So that's it.
Thank you.
Any other question?
I need you to come down here, please. Nothing bad is going to happen. Wait, I know you.
Well, I'm from Aguascalientes student branch, and I want to found this chapter in my branch. But we have 16 people interested. But I have 2 questions. I know about discounts for the new branches, and the other question I have is how can I do for make people for my career? I'm from electrical engineering, be more interested in these activities. How can I do that?
Okay. So for the first one, if you are interested, the standard plan is if you're being a PES member for the first time being a student, you first have to make the registration as a student member, and then you enter a code, and you have the first year free for PES. That is discount. The next year, you're going to pay half of the price because we in Region 9 have that kind of discount. The other person, you have to be PES member, then you have to gather the 6 members that are needed. You also need a professor. It's very important, a professor. And then you can gather the activities. How can you invite persons to be part of PES? Well, make visits to companies. There are companies like Siemens, General Electric, Viacom, Rolex, which are manufacturers of transformers, circuit breakers, etc., etc. and you can invite your students or your group to make that. It gets very interesting and it's very attractive for them. Now, the good news is that at least in Irapuato, there is a member of our chapter that is in Siemens, and he can invite you to them. I can give you the contact. He has helped us to make some dishes, and then you can go and visit. In Querétaro, there's also the circuit breaker factory of Siemens, and you can also go and visit. I have the contact, that's one. The other is what you want to do. Okay. What can you do? Small mini courses about AutoCAD, which is the drawing or the CAD system we use as an electrical engineer. You also, if you are doing, robotics, SolidWorks, you can also make that kind of courses. Why? Because in the industry, they are not going to teach you. You have to learn by yourself. What can you do as a per chapter? Make that courses. Okay? Now, what can you do? As for resources, there are companies like ETAP. I don't know, Ivan is here? No? ETAP is one of the companies that gives free license to schools. But you need to talk to Ivan in order that he can talk to the director of the university and make a deal. So use that resources. Okay? These are the advices that I can give you. If you make these kind of activities, the students are going to enter and get involved because we are giving them the tools to be prepared and have a better grade to meet. Remember, the skills, communications, and software are the skills that the company are going to ask you, and not the skills that the company are searching, but they are they're complaining because you don't have it. So, work on that.
Thank you. And this is why yesterday I was talking about the operation, because all these skills and all these resources that is required within your development as a student and your development as intentionally searching for resources and improving these skills in this environment that we are working is what makes you more attractive to those companies and make them, the students that are part of the IEEE are students that are different from the rest because they are professionally prepared.
Hi, Emilio Vargas from PES. Thank you. So I have a question. I'm this generation of the pandemic that was entered the university in pandemic. And, well, I started first semester and I entered PES and I think it was like, oh my God, how can we get resources? It was difficult. We didn't have like this mentorship. So what resources, what contests, what kind of things can we get from PES or PES in English? Because it has been difficult for us, for our student branch and for our chapter. So what resources can we have from PES and how can R9 or R9 can help us?
Okay, welcome to the reality of everything we have problem. Now, the first thing that I would like you is to talk to Josue Morales. He's the one in charge of the key chapters. So he's the one that will give you the exam, that will tell you where to do, what how to do. The other thing that you have in your hand is the resource center. So the resource center is the only place where you can find all these kind of documents, things that you can develop. Now, these kind of guides, I've been doing a work like in my own chapter, this is my chapter, in which we make presentations looking for the best or the links to access for the resource center or the conference. That's the only advice I can give you. The other one that is important is that you make sure that Sección Mexico goes to the PES leadership meetings. We are going to have it in Panama, and he can go to you and tell you which are the discounts, whether doing young professionals. If you follow young professionals of PES, they're making many talks and more talks about soft skills, so you can get there involved with that kind of things. Now, I will advise you that it is very difficult because yes, PES has a lot of resources. It is a little bit confusing, but I think if you work with Jose Morales, we can do our best to guide you through this process. But the first thing is to have a mentor, and that is helpful.
I'm going to give you a very, very simple phrase, and this is applies for all. When you're thinking, where we can get resources, where are the resources? I'm going to say it in Spanish, because I think will be better understood. El que no llora, no, ustedes saben lo. We have to ask. You have to ask. If you propose, if you ask for support, you'll get it. If you are silent and you don't say anything, you will get it for sure. Just all the resources from all the societies are there, but you just need to ask for them. For waiting, for weed, for all the activities that are resources. And many of those, we have budget, and we have a treasurer here, and we were revising the budget last week. And we have some lines that support for activities in Region 9. How much was used last year? 0. Because nobody asked for that. So the money that the board is there to ask for it.
Yes. Also, there are, you can always reach to your leader. You can always reach to your SACs. You can always reach to me. You can always reach to my team. We have more knowledge. We are exposed with more information that we can bring to you. If we don't know which information you need, we only share what we think that you are needing, right? So if you contact us, I am always available. I know that some of you have already contacted me, and you know that I am always available and I always respond. If I don't know the response, I can guide you to the right person. In this case, related to PES, I can always guide you to Enrique or to Jose. So, this is the thing. So, another thing, take advantage that they are here. Take their contact, their email, take their phone number if they are able to share it. Because it's important for all of you to create this network. I think that all the presentations that have been written right here all have one thing in common, the networking, because it's how you give to your students the benefit that this society is bringing. Okay? I want to make a special announcement right here related to the ISPP. This year is virtual in Bolivia, but the next year will be face-to-face in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, the innovative Smart Grid Technology Conference, you said, is right now this year on Bolivia, but next year will be on Puerto Rico, and all you are welcome to come to my area.
Thank you. So here is 1 year TTND, the other one is ICGT. These are the combination of 1 year, 1 year. So please make publications, save money. You have discounts, but save money. And do this opportunity to meet people that have the technical knowledge, gather with the companies, do that opportunity. Also, you from Aguascalientes, you can also apply to the Distinguished Lecture Program. This is how I met Professor Tejera. And you can talk to your section, in this case Milena, I don't know if you the new one. So she could help you with the resources and you can make that kind of topics. No? Last one?